Hey guys, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Before recording this podcast, me and Josh barely had any sleep. Joshua had to wake up at 5 for some lifeguard training. I had to wake up around 6 just for volleyball practice. So both of us were really tired, and I'm sorry if it sounds monologue or we messed up some things. I was just editing and I realized that I said 6th episode instead of 16th episode for Attack on Titan. So just keep in mind that both of us are really tired. Sorry for the monologue tones. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Kick in the Eye podcast. I'm your host, Celestial. You may know me from my TikTok where I talk about anime and stuff. I'm also here with my co-host, Joshu or Josh.
Hello. How y'all doing?
So this podcast is actually sponsored by Toner. They sent me a ring light that's actually really cool. It's 12 inches in diameter and has an included tripod to put it on. The tripod can go from 16 inches to 52 inches to bring the light to any height you need it at. The ring light itself also has a 20,000 hour lifespan. I'm using it currently, and as you can see, it lightens up my face really well. The ring light features 3 color modes: cold, warm, and natural, along with 10 brightness levels. Thank you, Toner. So as always, we're going to start off with some anime news. If you were wondering what's new in the industry, you should listen closely because we're going to talk about it. The publishing company Kodansha announced a television anime adaptation of Miki Yoshikawa's Kako no Inu Inazuke, or A Couple of Cuckoos manga. It is scheduled for a 2022 airing, and it will be directed by Yoshiyuki Shirahata, who also was an episode director for Great Pretender. If you like comedy, romance, shonen, and harem, this is the anime for you.
Ooh. And an anime adaptation for the 6th part of Hirohiko Araki's JoJo no Kinyo no Boken, or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as everyone knows it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure manga series, which is called Stone Ocean, was announced at the franchise's special event. And the Warner Bros. In Japan also announced an official website revealing a visual teaser and an announcement promo. That voice actress I'm gonna screw this up. Voice actress Ai Faros will star as the protagonist, Jolin Kujo. Many of you know what JoJo is, but if you don't, it features genres in action, adventure, and shonen.
The production committee behind Tokyo Babylon 2021 television anime announced on Monday that it has cut ties with everyone involved in the production. The decision was reached alongside Clamp following an internal investigation triggered by plagiarism accusation. The investigation uncovered potential plagiarisms beyond the November costume design incident, and the two sides agreed to restart the project from the ground up. Tokyo Babylon 2021 was initially slated for an April 2021 release. The current official website and Twitter will close on April 30th, and new production staff will be announced at a later date. The anime will adapt Clamp's fantasy shoujo manga Tokyo Babylon. Clamp serialized the manga in the South and Monthly Wings magazine between 1990 and 1993. A sequel manga titled X ran in Monthly Asuka from March 1992 to March 2003.
And the 17th issue of the Weekly Shonen Jump of 2021 announced an anime movie for Yuki Tabata's Black Clover manga. A special promo commemorating the announcement was posted by the magazine's official YouTube, and the manga's special website also revealed a visual teaser. And if you don't know what Black Clover is, it's an anime that features genres in action, comedy, magic, fantasy, and shonen.
The 6th and final episode of Shingeki no Kyojin, the final season, or Attack on Titan, the final season, announced a second part. The 17th episode, or the 76th episode overall, is scheduled to broadcast on NHKG this winter. The official website also posted a preview for the second part. The anime series adapts Hajime Isayama's fantasy post-apocalyptic manga, which began in Besatsu Shonen magazine in September 2009. After 11 and a half years running, the manga ended in the magazine's May issue on April 9th. Have you read it?
The manga for
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
No.
I just finished it. It was pretty dope.
Really?
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
At least for me. I'll probably read it eventually. essentially.
Mhm.
And then just finish it off, jeez. The official website of the Yuta no Prince-sama Maiji Love anime film announced a new film series. The first installment of Yuta no Prince-sama Maiji's Love Stars Tours will premiere in 2022. The film, labeled as a completely original work, will depict the live performance of the Starish idol group. The website also revealed a visual teaser. And this anime, and this is an anime that features genres like reverse harem, music, comedy, romance, and shoujo.
Yay.
That's all the
Okay.
anime news.
Yeah.
And on to our discussion topic.
Yeah, so now we're gonna be having a discussion, actually a really controversial one in the forums that at least I participate in on my anime list and stuff. Mushoku Tensei, and it's a really controversial anime because it depicts a lot of pedophilia, which is not a very good thing. But the question remains, I guess what we're going to be talking about is, does Mushoku Tensei promotes pedophilia? Meaning like, is it like almost like an anime for people who have pedophilic tendencies to go and watch? Is it for them? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about it?
Okay, so I actually had a discussion with my friend about this. So before I was like, no, it doesn't promote pedophilia. It's
Yeah, that's
not
my
about
answer.
that. It's not about that. But he oh, so you agree with that. So I'm gonna take my friend's side because I actually switched after I had this discussion with him
Okay, because
about
I'm a
it.
lot less educated about it. I just seen it, right? I didn't really do
Hmm.
much research about it, but from what
Yeah.
I can see, there's only one like weird scene that could
Yeah.
possibly promote, pedophilia, obviously.
Yeah. So I think the biggest scene that we have to see is the one where
He was like in bed with,
yeah. Yeah, she what's her name? What the hell's her name?
it's been so long, bruh.
Yeah,
Hold
me
on.
too. What that?
Edis.
Eris? Oh yeah,
Eris.
Eris.
Edis.
Eris. So
Edis.
Eris, she went into dude, I don't even know
Okay,
any
with
of this
Rudis?
dude's name. Rudius.
No, it's Rudis.
Rudius.
Rudis.
Rudius? I think it's Rudius.
No, I
Rudis?
think it's Rudis. It's Rudis.
Let's
I'm pretty
check.
sure they pronounce it like Rudis. Rudis.
Rudius-sama. Rudius.
Rudis.
Mushoku.
Yeah, so it's
Mushoku.
Rudis. Rudis. Rudis in American language. Rudis.
It's Rudius.
Rudis.
Rudius. So,
What?
okay.
Heck no. Okay, whatever. Fine.
Okay, anyway, so
Rudis.
we have this scene in that Eris goes into Rudius and says, you can like do stuff to me. Which is really weird.
For his birthday.
Yeah, for his birthday. And
Like
first
his
of all,
10th birthday.
yeah, and then
10th
she's
birthday.
12 and he's 10.
Yeah.
So, obviously, there's a defense for this, right? So, the show, it's based in a medieval time. People did stuff at a much younger age than we are
Yeah.
typically
Accustomed to.
accustomed to. So like obviously we just have to like accept like this is what the author wanted in terms of background. So he probably would want to have some things that kind of pull you in to show you that you are
Yeah.
in this time period, right?
Yeah.
But it's pretty bad with what he did. He is what, like 38 or something. He should
Isn't
know
he?
that.
I thought he was like 34 and he's 10 in that world, so he's like 44 or something, or like
Oh yeah,
47.
he's a 34-year-old man. So when he's 10, he'd be 44 years old. So
Yeah.
he's
44-year-old
44
man.
with a 12-year-old. With a 12-year-old. Both of that's mentally. And one of them is
Yeah.
obviously a 10-year-old. But that's the thing, right? We shouldn't.
Which, yes, it's kind of weird, but
What's
he's
your argument for
technically
it?
10.
So you think it's like, but he's also technically a 44-year-old if you think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. When like God pulls him out, he mentally thinks himself as that, fat 34-year-old man. So
Mhm.
technically, yes, he
Yeah.
thinks of himself he doesn't think of himself as like a
as
like
a
a
kid.
kid.
Yeah. We see a kid, but he thinks he's a 44-year-old, and he tried to.
I guess. Yeah.
He's taking advantage of a 12-year-old, which is really bad. Okay, that's
But
really bad.
legally in that time.
Yeah, but think about it. Think about it. It's legal in that time, but wouldn't you say if it's just just because it's legal in that time doesn't mean it's okay, right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so we can't really think like that. But I'm gonna actually state my argument because like I feel like I do have a pretty good argument about why it doesn't. So in the very beginning, right, we see that Rudius is a child, right? And then he's like as all guys are apparently, he's in love with his mom. He's in love with titties, right? And then we noticed that like he's like he said it. Bruh.
Okay, I don't know why it did that, but it reset again.
Why did I reset? What? Okay.
Did your Discord reset too?
No, but it turned off my camera. Okay, so I'm gonna start.
Let's continue.
So I'm gonna state like the argument for why it isn't promoting pedophilia. So one of the things we saw in the anime was that Rudius, when he was a younger child, he was like, "Oh, he's a guy, so he's like, I like titties," but he wasn't attracted to his mom's titties. And then why do I bring this up? It seems like Rudius, he has a mental, he's mentally 34 or whatever. He's in his mid age, but his body reacts to things differently. So he can't get horny for his mom's titties because he just can't. His body doesn't. Yeah, that's his mom. He doesn't function like that, you know? So I feel like the reason I bring this up is like we need to see the character just grow up, you know? Like he's not doing all this stuff. He's not a pedophile if you really think about it, right?
Yeah.
And here's what I mean. Remember when he accidentally strips Sylphiette in the bath? Yeah. So he didn't fucking just like decide like, oh my gosh, this is my chance, right? He didn't do anything of that. He was like freaking disappointed. He was really ashamed of himself for doing what he did, right? Yeah. So from before he was super horny, or no, he wasn't super horny, but his mind was super horny, and then now he doesn't even react when there's a naked girl in front of him, right? And then that's a growth period, right? So what I want to say is that sure, our character is weird. Our character is an otaku. He's been living inside a home for 34 years without stepping outside. You know, we saw that he was watching porn and jacking off, and what most likely could have been lolly porn, you know? So why do I bring all this up?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Why do I bring all this up? Is because we are not supposed to like. I think the author wants us. We're not supposed to like Rudius. We're supposed to like what Rudius is hopefully going to becoming. Yeah. So he's having his growth, right?
I mean, who could like a fucking bad 34-year-old man who doesn't ever go out?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like we it doesn't promote it. It's almost like trying to tell, like if some pedophile watched it, it's almost like trying to say like you need to grow out of this. Like this is not right. Yeah, he's growing into a new person, right? Yeah, exactly. But this is what
makes sense.
Would you like to add anything? Like, what do you when I asked this question?
You're making good points.
Yeah, when I asked this question to you, and then after you watched the anime, what did you think? Like
I didn't really think it promoted pedophilia at all.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mostly watched it for the enjoyment because it's a very good anime. I recommend watching it. And obviously there's some like weird things and like inappropriate things in there, but for the most part it doesn't really promote pedophilia. It's just that one scene that really made me iffy.
Yeah.
Especially since like even if you like ignore the fact that he was like, 30 like 44 mentally, that's still a 10 and 12-year-old doing dirty shit, you feel? That's weird.
Yeah, and they didn't really do anything. They just kind of
That's true.
like Eris stopped
He
it
like
immediately.
almost about to.
Yeah, Eris stopped it immediately. So, one thing I would like to say though, like Mushoku Tensei is a fucking beautiful ass anime, bro.
Facts.
It is so
It's a good
pretty.
anime.
It is so pretty. It's sad to see this controversial like air come through it, but it's so pretty. This anime is really nice, and it's honestly a very refreshing way to see isekais develop because a lot of isekais we just see the guy come in and then he's just
Yeah.
overpowered as fuck, and it's kind of annoying to see that over and over again. So this way, like seeing the character learn his magic, right? He goes from forming a water ball to shooting a water ball, and then
Like he knows he's overpowered, but he doesn't abuse the fact. Like he still tries, he still trains
yeah,
to be
exactly.
where he is now.
Yeah, so it's like I said, like this. I don't think the anime isn't about pedophilia, and I feel like so many people just
It's
pinpoint
definitely
on these
not.
like random scenes out of context, and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is so bad, but it's not, right? We have
Yeah.
we have um we have growth with the characters, and then one thing I want to point out as well, right? Rudius at the 11th episode, right? As we're I guess almost like a transition episode to the later seasons that are gonna happen,
Mm.
right? He says, I need to protect Eris. Like this is my mission. I need to protect her at all costs, right?
Yeah.
Like a person who wants to protect someone, even if he's a 44-year-old and wants to protect a 12-year-old, that's not a pedophilic tendency, right? That's almost like
Yeah.
a familial tendency, right? So I
Yeah.
think
Like
this anime.
I feel like okay, so like obviously right now he views himself as like this 44-year-old man, right? But eventually, I'm pretty sure he's gonna start viewing himself as whatever age like Rudis will be. So eventually, when God pulls him out of that world, right? He'll be
Mm-hmm.
Rudius, right? And so then hopefully the controversy will stop of him being a fucking pedophile because
Mm-hmm.
he views himself as whatever age he is.
Yeah, and then
So then
also
like,
you can
sorry,
continue.
continue.
No, you can
I ain't got
continue.
nothing more.
Oh, okay. So there's the synonym for this title, right? Is
Mm.
jobless reincarnation. I will seriously try if I go to another world. And that's a pretty big thing because what we're seeing is, right, like I keep bringing back the fact that we're not supposed to like this character in the beginning. He does all this shit because that's who he was before. And then what we're going to see throughout this anime and throughout this anime and throughout the story is that we're going to see this character grow into someone we actually enjoy and someone that we care about, right? So it's almost like, so it can't be promoting pedophilia because we want this character to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna bring up my friend's point. He's not here, but I'm just gonna tell him what he said. So I'm gonna ask you this question: Why did there have to be? Why did he have to grow from pedophilic tendencies? Why couldn't it be something else? If you think like
Like, what do you
why,
mean?
like why, if it's not promoting pedophilia, if it's not promoting pedophilia, why didn't they just think of something else to grow from? Why did they have to choose pedophilia tendencies to grow from?
I mean, it's just a problem that they chose. I mean, there obviously has to be problems with shows. I mean, they
Yeah,
could
but
have chose anything.
why did it have to be children being sexualized?
It's true. It's a pretty bad topic, but
Yeah,
like it could just be about I don't know
it could have been about
sexism.
something else, right? Yeah, exactly. Why did it have to?
But
Why
then but
did it
then
have
there'd
to?
be a whole bunch of racist controversy about it.
True.
I mean, no matter what problem you put at it, there's going to be controversies about whatever problem they put at it, unless it's not that important, which would then make the show not very entertaining.
So maybe like we're trying to say like the author, the argument for it is like the author put this because it is a controversial topic, right?
Yeah,
We
they
need
need
it
to
to
think
be
that
a big
it's
issue so
controversial.
we can think of it as a big issue. So we're like, oh my gosh, I hate this guy. Why does he do this? And then we see the
Yeah,
character grow.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's just like
and
so.
obviously, the controversy has put a lot of like view on Mushoku Tensei, which made it popular.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, maybe it's not popular for the right reasons, but
Infamous.
it's yeah, it's infamous, really, and so it's getting views. It's like I don't know. I think he purposely did that.
Mm-hmm. And then I also like to bring up, so I read some of the light novel, and
Yeah.
I read up to the manga. So I'm caught up on the manga.
Oh
And
damn.
you're right. You're actually right. I didn't say it before, but you're right. Rudius, we before we often see like him going to God and becoming like still that like 30 old or middle-aged
The
white
fat dude.
fat dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, before. But like he more and more we see him talk about his past life less. So before in the beginning we see him like talk about how like he was too scared to go outside and all of that. But
Yeah.
later on it's just about the world. It's just about the beautiful world that he's in, about magic, about political drama, fighting, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It no
So he
longer
starts
has
to forget.
become, yeah, he starts to forget about his life before and starts to try in this world, which is what the whole thing is about,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
He's trying because he didn't try in his past life. He's becoming a better, the best version of himself because he didn't do that in his past life. That's about the whole anime. He's getting a
And so he's
second
learning from
try
his
at life.
mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
Also,
great,
what does that
honestly.
have to do with pedophilia, man?
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't. There shouldn't be all this controversy around it,
Yeah.
right? The author did. I think the author did it because it's such a controversial topic. We just he needed to put a controversial topic to show how great the growth of the character is,
Yeah, to
right?
put some light on the show
Mhm.
and the actual meaning.
Yeah.
If people ever if people ever try to look at it.
Yeah. And then in the light novel, we see uh you can read a lot more of his thoughts, his inner thoughts, right?
Hmm.
Than you can see in the anime or in the manga because
Yeah.
you have a lot more text that you can write, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
in there, Rudius has his own morals. So when Paul cheated on his mom, Zenith,
Yeah. Yeah.
with that maid, right? We what's it called? Um he was like, "What the hell? Paul is an asshole," right? He said it
Yeah. He starts
like
to realize
outright.
how much of a jerk his dad is.
Yeah, how much of a jerk. So he has his own morals already, right?
Yeah.
So like it's not like he's a fucking asshole who just loves sex and stuff, right? He's not
Yeah.
dumb. He's
Like he
just
literally wants to get better as a
yeah.
person.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He wants to get better as a person. That's the whole reason for this anime. This anime is just trying to show a character who we
But
don't like in the beginning, but it develops throughout. Like we only saw a lot of people only saw 11 episodes of this character, right? We're not going to get a very good idea of what's going to happen until we get 20 more episodes and then we see that he's
yeah.
growing into a new person. And we already saw lights of it in the
You can already tell. You can already
yeah.
tell he's growing.
Yeah.
Like he goes from this fat white dude or like fat well he's Japanese, definitely
Yeah.
Japanese. Fat Japanese dude who just sits in his house all day to being this already like brilliant kid. And he knows he's brilliant. He can,
Mhm.
cast spells without actually saying them. Yet he still trains. He still like tries to learn new languages, tries to understand people, and he's like learning. He's trying at life. He's
Mhm.
growing within
Yeah.
those episodes that you see.
Yeah, and then at the end we see he's grown from just a fat man to a protector of someone, to someone who to be like he has someone who's relying on him and he's taking that responsibility and carrying it out. He's going to try to bring Eris back to her homeland, travel through the demon land, right? That's not a
Yeah.
easy task, right? He could just like ditch her, like he's hella powerful. He can go on his own. But he's choosing to take this responsibility of bringing Eris back into her homeland and protecting her along the way, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we we've come to the conclusion, right? So
Yeah. That's
Mushoku
not
Tensei
doesn't
is
promote.
not pedophilic. It's about a character and their growth as
Hmm.
to become a better human than they were before, to have a second chance at life.
Yeah, people just need to ignore the controversy and try to like realize what the show is actually about.
Yeah.
And if they don't like a certain part, then they don't have to really watch it. But like, I feel like they can bypass the one scene that's relatively messed up.
Yeah, like of course I felt freaking disgusted when I watched that scene.
Same, I
But
did too. That was
yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, but it was just like it wasn't enough to ruin the anime. It was a very pretty anime
Exactly.
and it was a very good story. And all the characters are really thought out and really well created, so I was enjoying it.
Yeah, they should. People should just try to enjoy the show instead of trying to look for the controversies that the show
hmm
may or may not have.
Yeah. I would like to bring up the the controversy like about sexualizing minors in anime, right?
Lollies.
Yeah, lollies, but like even just like the communities who sexualize
Mm.
underage girls, like Rem, who's 17 from
Yeah.
ReZero, is sexualized so much. Um,
Mm.
what's it called? We have all these. We constantly like. If you watch enough
There's
anime,
waifus.
if you watch enough anime, you see like we sexualize like underage girls so much. Like quintessential quintuplets. Like oh my god, that shit. They're all high schoolers, and everyone just like sexualizes them so much. And I hate this community, right? The community they're like, oh, I watch lolly porn, right? The community goes, I watch lolly porn, but what are you gonna do about it? It's not illegal, right? It's not illegal. You can't call the cops on me. And I'm just like, it's not
Yeah.
about that, dude. It's not about the laws, right? It's about the morals. Like, do you have any
Yeah.
morals? Like, are you sure you're fine
Yeah. Just because it's
watching
not
lolly
illegal doesn't
porn?
mean it's not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And then I would like to bring up this point, right? It's not just because it's not illegal doesn't mean it's not wrong, right? So we like Japan is like so infatuated with sex. I feel like the reason why I say that is because first of
They
all, we
mean
have
like
anime.
anime.
Yeah, we have anime, right? But we
They don't
have
actually do it though.
but but they have love hotels.
Yeah,
I
but they
don't
don't. The birth rate is so low in Japan. It keeps on declining. Like new people don't do anything. Probably because they just focus on like anime and like staying indoors, and they're like all isolated. They're just a whole bunch of introverts.
really.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you're a part
like
of Japan,
Japan.
but like they have love hotels and stuff. I feel like they're just so infatuated with sex. And then also like I remember like my friend Justin, he went to Japan, right? Goes to
Yeah.
school there. And like the first thing the kids asked him was like, "Have you seen boobs?"
Actually,
Yeah, like that was the first question they asked.
what
They
in high
also
school?
yeah, in middle school.
Oh,
They're just
middle
like
school.
they're
Well, I
just
guess
like
middle school goes to like seventh grade, huh?
yeah, they're like
Or when does it go to? Ninth grade?
they
Ninth
go to
grade is
ninth
middle school
grade,
in
ninth
Japan?
grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like they the first question is like, "Have you seen boobs? Have you seen a vagina?"
In middle school. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
that's
funny.
so weird, dude. Like they're so like
That is weird.
they're so in like maybe I'm like generalizing them, but it's like they're really infatuated with sex. So I feel
Yeah, but they
like
don't actually do it, which is weird. Which,
yeah, they
in my
just
opinion.
they just make kids do it on a fucking screen. That's what they do. They draw it out. They
Yep.
put their fantasies into an anime and show it to the
Yep.
world. That's kind of weird.
Hella. Hella.
Yeah. Lolly hentai is not okay. I don't know. I don't know why
No.
that stupid argument about how just because it's illegal so you can't do anything. Like no, it's not about that, bro. You're fucking weird if you watch lolly anime,
Facts.
lolly anime or lolly hentai. Honestly,
Any.
anything that has to do with lollies, I can't.
Especially if it sexualizes them on purpose.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is really weird. Yep.
And if you do
So
that, get some help.
yeah, get some fucking help, bro. Go to a clinic and just sit there and not watch anything. Just like stare at a blank wall and think about what you did.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna end the podcast now. Thank
Let's
you
rate
guys
the
for
anime.
listening. Oh, we should do that.
We should,
Okay.
we didn't do it last time.
Yeah. So what did you rate Mushoku Tensei?
Mushoku Tensei is up there. I'll give it like a solid 8 out of 10, maybe 9. Like
8
for
out of
the
10.
episodes that are out right now, like it's real good.
Yeah. 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 It has
Like it's
really
well
good
thought out.
ratings. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
also
like it a
gave it an
lot.
8. 8 out of 10. It was really good. I mean, like that animation.
Highly recommend
There's some
watching.
scenes, the training the water ball scene when they hit the tree. Oh my god, that was fucking amazing. Yeah. So, both of us gave it an 8 out of 10. Would you recommend Mushoku Tensei? First of all, would you recommend Mushoku Tensei to a first anime watcher?
No,
Yeah, me neither. I feel like you need to.
that's too weird.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand what anime is like. Like you have to understand the weirdness of anime
You have to watch a couple of
find.
animes.
Yeah, you have to watch a couple animes before you find Mushoku Tensei good, just because it has some weird scenes. And there's
Yeah.
some weirder scenes out there, but
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
you have to
Mushoku
understand
Tensei.
that those weird scenes does not ruin it.
Yeah. Like almost like you have to get used to like the weirdness of anime and how they do that
Yeah.
stuff before you watch
Yeah.
this anime. I would not recommend it to a person who's just starting out on anime. But
Because then they would hate it because
Yeah.
of how weird that is.
I would recommend it to someone like if there's a listener watching who's like, I need to watch an anime. Watch this one. This one is good.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good.
It's like it's really awesome. It has like the magic is cool. The characters
The
are
power
cool.
system's well thought out.
Oh yeah. The power system's
Very
really cool.
well
It's
thought out.
almost it's like rankings and stuff. It's all
Yeah.
like this world is very it almost it does seem like another world, right? It's not just some freaking portal you go through and you're there. It seems like another world with actual living people
It's a
and
whole civilization.
yeah, another civilization. It's another world that's actually a world, which I feel like a lot of isekais don't really do well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're just like, I need to watch an anime, this is an anime that you should watch.
Highly recommend.
Okay, so yep. Now is the end of the podcast.
Now we are done.
Yeah, thank you for listening, guys. Sorry for the really, really, really big delay. We were supposed to record like a week ago, 2 weeks ago actually, but then my mic broke, and then obviously you can see if you're watching on video, I have a new mic, or you can hear it too. I have a new mic, and then also we saw, then I just went on a trip, and the schedules couldn't align because we record during the weekend, and I left super early on Saturday, so I apologize for that. We just had a lot of scheduling issues.
Yep.
So, thank you for listening to the third episode of the Kick in the Eye podcast. I hope to see you guys in the fourth episode, watching, commenting, whatever you do. Have anything to say, Josh?
No. Covered everything. Everything.
Okay. Bye.